kind of come together in a more natural way.
Mm-hmm.
And when breathing and awareness come together, then one can be synchronized in the present moment more.
Mm-hmm.
So,
How many exercises are there?
oh, there are numerous ones.
Yeah. Have fun.
So there's a whole series of exercises for releasing the structures of the neck, the deep muscles,
Mm-hmm.
and also releasing the brainstem.
Mm-hmm.
The cranial. See, well, this whole work is part of a larger new understanding of a third branch of intelligence in the mammalian autonomic nervous system. Dr. Stephen Porges' 30 years of research with the autonomic system,
Mm-hmm.
focusing on socio-emotional process, particularly working with autism.
Mm-hmm.
Came to this new understanding
Mm-hmm.
of a third branch of intelligence in the mammalian autonomic nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
The old model, the sympathetic parasympathetic model, in that model there's one vagal nerve, and the vagal nerve is sort of the main intelligence of the autonomic system.
Okay.
So it's the vagal nerve is a subdiaphragmatic nerve
Okay.
that we share in common with the dinosaurs and the reptiles. It goes back a long ways. But the mammal has
So these nerves, if I understand what you're saying, these are the extensions of the nerves that are in the nerve mass that's in our brain.
Yeah.
That these nerves can be traced directly back to various centers in the brain. But then they go out and their endings are out in our extremities and what have you.
well, they're
No.
No.
these
No? Okay. Well.
these cranial nerves arise from the brainstem and come up into the neocortex.
Uh-huh.
And in the social engagement system, they synchronize head turning
Uh-huh.
with looking,
Right.
listening, vocal communication, facial expression,
See if I
and
can do this.
regulating the beat of the heart.
That's
And
too
regulating
much.
the beat
Can you
of
do
the
it?
heart.
That's right.
Oh, excellent.
Which sounds completely unrelated to all the rest, but maybe not completely.
Well, it's you know it's really what allows the warm-blooded current of the mammal to have more care and concern for others. Because the reptiles, you know, they eat their babies. They don't.
So we.
So the mammal,
Maybe I should. Well, yeah, I'll take a little of
Cats
that,
will
but
do
I
it,
think I
dogs
should
will
have
do it.
some. Well,
Lots
I think
of
I should
mammals
have
will do
some
it,
from
actually.
the other pot.
But
The
it's
white-
not
the white
usual.
pot.
I mean, I had a rabbit who did it once, but I think the rabbit was.
See, that's the way it is here with at
It's
the tea
also-
party. One
It's
thing
psychological.
we get into
Maybe
conversation,
has
but then
any kind of problem or
then all
deformities,
conversation gets
they'll
sidetracked by
generally-
tea from time to time. You see what I mean? So I hope you like tea. I hope your tea's not too strong. It's been steeping for
Pretty
a while.
strong. It's been steeping.
Oh, that's good.
If you
Yeah.
like, did you find
I'll
sugar
tell you, some
cubes
cream
in
would be
there?
good. Do we have
Perfect way it
cream?
is.
And
I haven't seen cream.
I don't know.
would you pour me some from the white pot?
The white.
Is there any
one?
cream?
No, I'm
No
sorry.
cream.
I
Cream
didn't.
would help.
I didn't get by the cream store today. Okay, thank you.
Now, what was this called again? You said that you were a
The social engagement system.
social engagement system. Okay.
Yeah.
And is there a website
Sag.
or
Oh
something?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Lots of
Sag.
papers.
Bar.
Sag,
Right.
segue.
Social engagement system.
And if your tea's too strong, I recommend that you cut it with some of the jasmine tea over there.
Or there's a bottle there
Just
on
fine,
the table.
thanks.
Cut it with that.
Yeah.
Just for that's just for flavoring. That's just for flavoring.
It's just flavoring too.
But,
So how did you find yourself with post-traumatic stress disorder?
that's an awful tale, and I've told it probably too many times. But you've asked, and here you go.
No.
What is it? Social
In 20
engagement?
words or less.
I won't count my words, but I'll try to make them small. I let someone stay at my house, and when my roommates went on vacation, I woke up to this fella standing over me, beating me in the head with a hammer in my sleep, trying to murder me and rob me in my sleep. And I had to fight for my life for 30 minutes, and it was very bloody and gory. And I had to break out of the bedroom window to escape. That was how that went down.
That's pretty traumatic.
I forgot.
And that was all followed up by then when the police apprehended him to make matters worse, and I think this really contributed a lot to the post-traumatic stress disorder. When the police apprehended him, and while I was in the emergency room getting stitched up, he turned me in for marijuana. And by the time I got out of the emergency room, the case was now a drug case against me, and he was charged with a misdemeanor assault. And I have 3 felonies for marijuana.
That was his.
The justice system working once more.
So that's that story. How you like that one? That's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
I didn't even make that up. That really happened.
That's a hard one to integrate.
that's what they used to say.
I tell people that if they have a hard time believing it, I tell them it's hard for me to believe, and it happened to me, and it was hard for me to believe, even though it had happened to me. So I mean, it's hard to get your head around it. I've spent a couple of years now trying to get my head around it.
To try to process it from a non-dual point of view without a victim consciousness.
Oh, it's impossible.
It's not impossible. It's challenging. You have to kind of reinvent your sense of identity.
Right, you do. It separates you from your whole sense of identity. I'm rediscovering myself, actually. It separated me from my sense of identity that I had at the time. It's crazy thing. That's enough of that, though. Okay.
Yeah. So, would you like to experience a little relaxation in your neck?
Sure. Shall I take my headphones off again?
Yeah,
I think we're doing pretty good. Every time you scoot up, you're good on the.
Okay.
You can be heard.
So just try to sit up as.
I don't sit very straight, but okay.
Try as well as you can.
I believe that a lot of the shock from the hammer was absorbed by my neck and back. But go ahead.
Well, before we do an exercise, I'll tell you something. There's something called the occipital ocular reflex.
Okay.
Now, there's a relationship between the 12 muscles that move the eyes and the 8 muscles at the base of the skull.
Right, that makes total sense because you mentioned about turning the head and the eyes and that. Mm-hmm.
So whenever we receive some kind of trauma, like getting hit on the head by a hammer, there's a kind of a startle that happens. Mm-hmm. And with the startle, there's a fixation that happens in the eye muscles and the occipital muscles that kind of locks the trauma into the body and the mind.
I've had a crick in my neck for 2 years now. Since then, go ahead.
So for working with the occipital muscles and the eye muscles, you just turn the head as far as you can comfortably to the side, and then you rotate the face up towards the ceiling. Try to sit with your spine straight.
Well, I don't know. I don't.
Well, you just don't lean, and you move it straighter. So turn to the side, and then rotate the face up. And just leave the face up there and then look straight up. And feel the muscles at the base of the skull as you're looking up. And then without moving the head, look straight down. Feel the muscles at the base of the skull. And then come back to center. Relax the eyes for a moment. Then look to the right. Feel the muscles at the base of the skull. And then relax your jaw. Keep your head.
Well, am I looking to the right or to the left?
Well,
I'm looking to my left so I can see what you're doing. You see what I mean?
Okay. So,
but when I did that, when I looked to the left, then I felt the muscle tighten up there.
Okay.
In the neck.
So then you look to the right and then look to the left.
How do you switch cameras?
And then you release the eyes, bring the chin down, come forward, and just be still for a few moments and just allow the sensations.
As a matter of fact, I just noticed I was clenching my teeth the whole time. I do that all the time, but I mean, I probably wasn't supposed to be clenching my teeth.
Right.
We couldn't tell.
But yeah, so I have to let you know.
So now, I won't do it, I'll just guide you this time.
And do the other side?
Yeah, come to the other side and rotate the face up. Let your jaw hang open. Keep the head up and look straight up. So keep your awareness here. As you look from up, slowly look down. Slowly. Move slowly. It's good for your nervous system.
Okay, I don't do slowly sometimes.
Well,
Okay.
I'm here to encourage you.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so just keep your awareness at the base of the skull. And the face up. And to the right.
And then look to the right.
Yeah, look to the right. And then come back to center. Look to the left. Feeling the base of your skull. Okay, and then bring your eyes back to center, relax your eyes, bring your chin down, come forward, and just be still for a few moments. And now, lift the upper body up, press the lower body down. Lift the upper body up, press the lower body down. Draw the neck back a little bit. And then lower the ear to the shoulder. Relax your mouth. Relax your mouth. And just let your head hang. Now in this position, the weight of your head is supported by the chest and the upper back. So you don't have to use the neck muscles at all. So then as you inhale, just draw the neck back a little tiny bit. You feel the sensations of the deep muscles. Let your head hang. Let it hang. Let it hang. And just draw the neck back a little. Feel those deep muscles moving just a little bit. Leaving it hang. Inhale. Draw the neck back. And then come up slowly. Relax your shoulders. And lift the upper body, press the lower body down, draw the neck back a little. And lower the other ear. Relax your mouth. Let your jaw hang open. Inhale, draw the neck back a little bit without lifting the head.
Demonstrate that. How do you put the neck back without?
Right here, you're just kind of drawing it back just a little tiny bit.
Do these
Just a little
exercises
bit.
on caffeine.
Huh?
Might not be the best idea to do these on a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
Caffeine's not exactly the best thing for
And
your
bring
muscles.
your head back up.
Maybe drinking a lot of water first.
Now here's the wonderful one. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to the muscles that connect to the back of your eyes. Keep your jaw relaxed. Keep your jaw relaxed.
It is.
Okay.
Does my mouth have to be open?
It's the first time I've ever seen
good.
this, man. You telling
So
those
so
three
so
clubs?
just bring your awareness to the
It's
muscles.
it's hard for me to concentrate on the back of my eyes with my mouth open, to be honest with you.
It takes a little training.
Makes me want to drool.
So to bring your awareness to the muscles that connect to the back of your eyes, and come to that place where they insert right into the back of the eyeball, and just pull those muscles back just a slightly little tiny bit, and hold them still, and unify your awareness with that still point behind your eyes. Stay there for 20 seconds.
I have to hold them like tense for 20 seconds.
Not tense, just back a little tiny bit. You hold them back, and you hold them back with awareness and relaxation. It's
One
possible.
side is me, I can plug the other side. It's the I surrender. If you turn that
Okay, I take that kind of
turn the flag
I
backwards,
take
it's like I
that
give
kind
up.
of instruction
Surrender.
well. I can
felt
identify with the
I got there.
You got there.
Oh yeah.
Good.
relaxation and
I
the.
got somewhere.
What did you say when I said tense and you said not tense, but
Did
You
do
hold
it?
the eye muscles back with
Did you get
awareness
enough
and
light?
relaxation.
awareness and
Yeah,
relaxation.
for a
That
minute.
worked. I
Yeah.
could identify with that.
So you had a nice experience.
Yeah, I did.
Can you
What was
put any words to it?
It was just
Hey!
like you said, a blank spot. Just
John's waving at
A
you.
black
still,
spot.
No, blank, not
Black
blank.
spot. You
Blank.
stop the world.
Yes,
Stop the
exactly.
world.
Thank you. Blank spot.
Uh-huh.
Still.
Yeah.
You know, should I switch over to the other
Maybe.
chair?
Yeah, try that one.
Yeah,
How that
and
goes.
you see how this is.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
let's see.
How do I look better?
I do
Well,
transcendental meditation.
not much. We see the little
I
bit of
do
the back of your head.
transcendental
Yeah,
meditation
either
when
way,
I,
it's the back.
I'm not
Yeah,
I
very
can make
disciplined
wide
about it,
movement.
but when I do it, you know, It
Okay.
does have been.
Can
Or maybe you go back.
Can you move the camera?
So things
Let's
like
see. I
this.
can look at the other one. Okay. Now, yes, we get a good shot of the back of your head now.
Okay. Well,
Either
You
way.
have nice hair.
Okay. Will you move the? You know what I mean? Move the camera back like where it
Or I
was.
could move up.
Okay.
Maybe you could move up.
Yeah. Remember the one that you moved over onto this guy?
you know,
Can you
he's
put it
like
back?
sitting on
On
this
that
side.
bit, yeah, but
Okay. It's
We're
yeah.
gonna
No, sit
move
where
it.
you're at. Sit where you're at. Yeah.
Get back.
You zoomed in a little
Wrong
bit.
way. There we go. There we go. That's it. Now, scoot up. Okay. See. Scoot up.
Scoot up.
And you're going to be there. See, there you are.
Yeah, it's not the back of my head.
Yes.
Yeah,
There.
all
Okay.
right.
There we
Good
go.
profile.
See, I have
You
to-
look like Alvin
besides
Alda.
doing this, I'm thinking about
Yeah,
sound.
now I
Hey,
got
there's Alvin Alda.
You guys got a nice shot of me too.
And hosting the show. And would you like a cup of tea?
All right.
Is this a live show?
Yeah, it is. It's going out live now. Did you just? I hope you didn't just blow all the stuff that you had for the upcoming show.
I've shared a few things.
You got more. You got more.
But you see, we had a conversation earlier, so I'll put it into a much broader context
Uh huh.
and
All
I'll
right.
share it in a more focused and slow way.
Uh huh.
This is a madhouse here.
That must be.
Intellectual heavyweights, that's what we are.
That may be why it's the mad scientist tea party. It's something mad. You've tapped into the madness of it, haven't you?
You've heard of sit-down,
Absolutely
stand-up
not.
comedy. This is sit-down comedy.
But you really should try some of the
Jasmine.
tea.
Did you
No, I'm
get any
fine.
benefit from that?
From what?
From
Thank
what
you.
just did?
Did I? Yes. Oh, yes. It was
We
very
need some
beneficial.
feedback.
I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, me too.
It's the kind of thing that you would want to do more of rather than so little of.
Yeah.
You know, and working with that kind of thing. As a matter of fact, on Mondays we have what I call Crazy People's Meditation. We do a meditation thing,
Here?
which
At URTV?
no,
Over at your house?
no, over at
Crazy
the
people's meditation.
at the place
I
where
wouldn't feel safe.
my counselor is.
Oh,
So anyway, yeah, and this is right up the alley with that. This would go good with. I should introduce you to JJ. You know, JJ understands too that tensions get stored in your body. He knows that very well. We discuss these things. So I should get you. I don't know if you have a card. Do you have a card?
Not with me, no.
Well, I have a card, but I don't have a card for JJ. I have one for me.
Okay, I'll send you an email.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have PTSD. Since you asked.
It took you that long to get around to it.
Well, you know, my short-term memory's gone.
you're a little stressed out about answering right away.
Yeah, man.
All right, don't want to
I'm
commit
not
to
going nuts
anything.
and just
Yeah, don't want
waste
to.
everybody.
Don't want to commit to anything too
Yeah.
quickly here. We're always a little
Everything
caution.
deserves a little thought.
Yeah, everything. Err on the side of caution. Don't trust anybody at tea. See, that's the whole purpose. This is a lot of that. This is part of it. The point of this is supposed to be a tea table. This is supposed to be a civil tea table. That's one of the reasons I'm always crazy about her coming is because when I first met her, one of the things I did was to show her one of my teacups. And I said, how do you like this one? She took a look at my teacup and she said, very, very civilized. She said that was her comment. Very civilized, and so
Very diplomatic.
And it turns out that she has been she's been one of our favorite guests at tea. She's just
You're very cooperative.
Is that why?
also she's very silly
Silly? That's good.
Always.
sometimes.
Oh, well, right.
She's not been silly today.
I haven't, no.
No,
Be silly.
not as silly as she has been. She's trying to be less silly now because she was. Oh, I'm gonna put the camera back on me. She was. She looked at some of
there
the.
you go.
You saw some of the shows that you were on. You saw the recordings, right?
Yeah.
And she said. You said you were stupid or something. What did you say?
I just sounded, what's the word?
N.A.
Yeah.
Yeah, she thought she was.
Thank you for being so quick to find that word.
Well, I'm just trying to listen to idiotic.
So
I don't
we all like
sounding
that.
mean.
Yeah. we
Anyway, so she's trying to be more reserved now. Can you tell? You know, but actually,
How did you say it?
I told her.
Inane.
I
It
told
is sounding it.
I told her that
We
everybody
all
just
do.
really likes her, very silly.
Oh.
We have more fun. We like to have fun, you know. So that's that. And we have Casey Waters here. Do you know Casey Waters? Did you hear what he was saying, that he did, that this was the doctor that wrote the book you were talking about had done his study with autism? Is that right?
Oh,
really?
Well, that
Yeah, I
sounds
missed that.
interesting. Yeah, because I have mild autism myself, and I talked about it on a few of my shows, in the past. But it's interesting because it's a really interesting mind state, and it, to me, it's useful because one of the most useful aspects of autism is empathy. If you really focus on empathizing with someone or something, or solving a problem, or seeing something from someone else's perspective, a lot of times you could actually do it fairly well, where other people might be clueless. And a good example of this, I could come right off the bat, I forgot her name, but there's this lady who's autistic, who really liked cows. And she worked with slaughterhouses so that cows would fall in line more readily, and the overall treatment of their last few minutes would be less upsetting to the cows, and thus they would, fall in line more readily. And the way she was able to figure this all out is she knew what bothered cows, like maybe sudden noises or sudden movements or a bright light in the face or something like that. And then she imagined herself being a cow going through, it's a long, complicated trail through the warehouse, all these twists and turns, and made sure everything was okay on the route. So if a cow freaks out, would back up the whole line. So all the cows just go along smoothly. Now, of course, it sounds like a horrible purpose of autism, horribly inhumane and whatnot, admittedly, or at least inhumane against animals. But the point is, that empathy factor and be able to see something from an unusual perspective, which a lot of people might not quite be able to identify with.
Well, she probably felt safer with cows than human beings.
That was probably a big part of it.
Let me ask you another question. Are your pants made of
I've heard about
hemp
that.
fiber?
Oh, you heard
Yeah.
about
I
it?
think they're cotton.
Okay,
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
cotton? I just wondered. They look like
I think they did a
clothing I've
story
seen
about
made of
her
hemp, and I just
sometime.
wondered.
It was on CNN or some
I'm pretty
network
sure,
like
yeah.
that, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anyway.
Sorry, we
There's no interrupting
all
on
the
this
time.
program.
I guess not.
conversation.
You're catching on.
That's good.
Yeah.
We just kind of all talk at once and let the folks at home try to sort it out.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah,
you want to be
We're
heard.
here. We're the boss.
You want to be heard. Get closer to the microphone, and that's who they're more likely to hear.
That's the point.
I just cannot recommend the jasmine tea and
which
with
one
one
is-
sugar
Here,
cube in it.
This is the smoky tea. This
That's
is the red.
PG tips.
This is red rope.
Could you
this
give
is
me a
good.
contact
This is
number for
nice
you?
and hot.
Sure. Wait, there's a cup here. Hold it.
Behind you, there are clean cups in boxes back there somewhere.
You can use the same saucer.
My assistant will get you one if you can't find them.
Your
Do you know
beautiful
what?
assistant.
Do you know where the clean cups are?
Yes, I do.
Do you? Okay.
I just want to share one other thing.
Yes.
When you draw the eye muscles back and hold them still,
Yes.
the organism and the psyche are eclipsed into that state of motionlessness, and that is a very profoundly regenerating experience.
Uh-huh.
It allows trauma to dissipate.
Uh-huh.
So
There
I
you
highly
Clean cup
encourage
for
you
you.
to explore
Oh,
it,
right, thank you.
because
You always get
you're running a lot of energy all the time, and that's,
It's not their cup of tea.
the thing is that the conservation metabolically is very important to longevity.
Mm-hmm.
And by drawing the eye muscles in, not only do you organism and psyche are touched by the stillness, but you're also through the mammalian vagal nerve, you're releasing the the molecule called oxytocin,
Okay.
which some people call the molecule of love.
Okay.
It's intensely present at childbirth, during nursing, when people make love, or during social bonds. It's also called the affiliative neuropeptide. And it releases these molecular signals, little lights that are cascading through the fluid systems of the body, bringing these self-soothing and calming behavioral states. Yeah? So we begin to wean ourselves from our addiction to being like mobilized. We just we can
Caffeine.
relax.
Well,
Addiction to
Casey
caffeine.
over here will back me up on this. Basically, when I'm not doing a tea party, I'm sleeping. When I'm not jumping around like this, I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
It's one extreme or the other. Yeah.
That is true to a large degree, but then on the other hand, you're working on your show a lot too.
Right. For a year or so, I didn't sleep, and so now I'm like making up for a year of not sleeping. Seems.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense. Sure.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sure you'll live forever.
What I found when you were talking about the the eye thing, with the, it seemed pretty instantaneous, very
Oh,
easily.
totally.
There's a Tibetan Buddhist
Because
exercise.
when my problem with transcendental meditation is, and it's just my personal
Takes
issue,
years and
it
years
takes
and
a
years.
long time. It takes a long time to get rid of your thoughts and just to settle down.
Yeah.
And you know, when the 20 minutes is up, you think, I didn't even get
Yeah.
there to that point. So
Yeah, I mean, you could be doing the mantra, and you could be really feeling like you really, but there's this other track going over here that's like,
exactly.
you know, that's
Exactly.
Well, in our
That's
group, we focus on the breathing, and I breathe in through my and out through my nose, and you know, from what you're telling me, you would not suggest breathing in and out through the nose for
well, it
meditation.
depends. It depends on the method, you know, that you're working with. Most methods, most people say nose breathing is the way to go. But in the books of Dr. Pundaracharya, as well as in the most advanced yogic practices in Tibetan Buddhism, they suggest mouth breathing.
But any breathing's better than no
Well,
breathing.
that
Exactly.
might be dependent on the rate of breathing.
Put on
maybe.
some. Put me on.
Is that
Okay.
true or not really?
Well, the rate of breathing, of course.
Actually, I'm not going to be able to
has
do
a-
that right
has a
now
profound effect.
because it's time for
Yeah,
me
because
to
maybe
load
different
something different.
practices use different rates or whatever.
See, as our time is running.
Can you go through the
Short.
steps of the eye one just one more time? I just want to try and remember.
Okay, so you would just bring your awareness to the muscles that connect to the back of the eyes.
Okay.
Um,
And you have to sit in a certain way, just straight?
no, you can do it lying down.
Oh, okay.
You can really do this. It's better to do it lying down.
Oh, that's perfect for me.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
that there's 4 muscles that connect directly to the back of the eyes. So you bring your awareness into those eye muscles, say it's like here, and right where the eye muscles insert themselves into the back of the eyes,
Yeah.
try to bring your awareness there, and then you just pull back very slightly there. That's where you'll get the most sensation.
Okay.
And then you'll be confident that you're actually doing the technique properly.
Right.
You
then-
actually feel those muscles.
Yeah. You just draw them back very slightly, just a tiny little bit,